Hello YouTube, Deadpool 2323 here again with another haul, my first official haul in July. So let's get right into the books. So I'm gonna try to do a newer book every now and again too. This is Sam Wilson, Captain America number 10. I absolutely love the cover. This is the funeral of Colonel James Rhodes, also known as War Machine. It's a pretty good episode. On the very last page, there was a character named Rage. I hadn't heard of him before. I don't know if he's a new character or not, but it just wasn't. The Civil War II so far is really a good read. If you're not reading it, you should think about it. And they killed War Machine, and it's still a little hazy whether or not She-Hulk's dead. In one of the issues, it looked like she was dead, but another issue, they're saying she's barely hanging on. So, but War Machine's dead. They had his funeral, and that's the cover for it. So, again, I just love the cover and wanted to throw that in there just for that. So this, actually, my neighbor gave it to me. I think one of the underrated keys to get for first appearances are the first appearance of teams. This is the 4-issue limited series West Coast Avengers. It's the first appearance of the West Coast Avengers and the origin. You know, you always see people getting first appearances of characters, but first appearance of teams can be just as important. Think about it. Marvel feature number 1 sells for generally over $100, and it's the first appearance of the Defenders. But my neighbor gave me that. It's not worth a whole lot, you know. You probably find them in dollar bins, but still a cool thing to have. I picked this up for $2 at this place called Rockin' Comics. I mean, he's got some good deals on stuff in there. You don't find a whole lot of keys, but if you're just looking for some filler stuff, or if you're not looking for really expensive books or some off the wall stuff, it's a good place to check out. But this is Bloodshot number 1. It's not his first appearance. I already showed that. That was in my last video. That's Eternal Warrior number 4. But he's got a movie supposedly coming out. I know nothing about this character. I know nothing about any of the Valiant characters. But for $2, this book's selling for about $10 online. And so I figured it's worth the gamble. I mean, for $2, why not? Throw it in one of my boxes and forget about it for 10 years, and maybe it'll be worth something. This book, however, Rise Zero, it says $20 up there. Same place, Rockin' Comics. He sold it to me for $8. This is the first appearance of Rye. And again, Valiant, another Valiant character, another movie coming out. I actually like this cover a lot too. Pretty clean copy. The guy said that he used to own a comic book store, and when this first came out on the shelf, he got, 100 of them, and they just never went anywhere. And he still has, 40 of them sitting in a bin at his house, he says, and he brings 3 or 4 in all the time and sells them for $8. So, it's going for about 20, so, pretty good find. At one of the local flea markets I went to, I picked up this guy, he had a bunch of back issue comics, and on his table he had, or by his cash register, he had one small box filled with comics. A lot of good stuff in there, but most stuff I either had or didn't want. A lot of DC stuff, and I'm not really sure what I'm buying with DC yet, so I'm leery on that. But this is the Mighty Avengers number 65. There's nothing really special about this, but it's, it was $10. It's a Gene Colan cover. It is what it is. It's not in great condition, but again, it's a Silver Age Avengers book that's complete. You can see a little dog ear down there, and the spine's pretty good, but you can see where it's rubbed up, where you lost some of the color there. That's probably a VG copy, but I was happy to get it. I don't buy a lot on eBay. I look a lot of stuff up on eBay for prices, but I don't buy a lot on eBay. But I did buy this on eBay. I paid $15, I think, for this. It's Wonder Woman number 200. It's one of the bondage issues. And, after watching Lightning 2288's videos, and he showed a bunch of these covers, I thought the covers were pretty cool, actually. But I really thought what he said was true. I mean, from the 70s, this kind of cover, Wonder Woman, you don't find her in a lot of places. I was in the flea markets, and a guy had a copy about in the same grade as this weekend, and he wanted $50 for it. So for $15, I was happy to get this. It's in really good condition. I'm really super happy with it. But the main reason I don't like to buy on eBay, Fantastic Four number 44. This guy said it was a fine copy. Yeah, this is not a fine copy. As you go down there, you can see like little rips and tears. It's just, and the spine's even worse. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's the first appearance of Gorgon. I'm telling you now, the Inhuman stuff is big. It's going to get bigger. They're going to do a movie. They're going to tie it into Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's only going to get bigger. Buy now before it's too late. I paid $30 for this with shipping, so I wasn't too upset about it. Issue 45, of course, we know is the first appearance of the Inhumans. So I was really happy to get this. I really wanted... Gorgon is a major player in the Inhumans. He's one of the royal family. Currently, he's... I read a lot of the current stuff, so he's currently playing a big part. Now, will that lead to this issue ever being worth a lot of money? No. I don't know, but I thought I was getting a much better copy, and this is why I really try to stay away from buying older books on eBay. I've just been burned too many times, and I've gotten some good deals too, but you just never know until it gets there. I just got this in the mail today, so I'll file with the guy and say, hey, look, you said this was a fine copy, but we'll see. If he doesn't want to pay me back, or if he wants me to ship it back, I'm probably not going to go through the hassle of paying $5, $6 to ship it back to him so I can get $20 back. But it's a lesson. I talk about my buddy Steve at Yancy Street. I don't get a chance to go to the other store, Yancy Street South, as often. I did this week and got some great stuff. I'll start with, first let me get these out of the way. Deadpool vs. Carnage, number 1. I didn't have any of the series prior to going down there. Online, these are going for $10 to $15 a piece. This one normally for $15. And I got all 4 copies for $25. So I got the complete run for $25, and actually I think he even took $5 off. So $5 a piece is what I paid for them. I already read it. Great story. Obviously I'm into Deadpool, and I really like Deadpool, and he's got some great stories out there. That was a great battle. But the mag I was most excited to get at Yancy Street South was Submariner number 7. Now, he has a $15 price. Look at this cover, guys. It's beautiful. A little something off the staple here, but other than that, my God, it's immaculate. And it's the supposed death of Irene Adler, who later joins the Freedom Force. Obviously, somehow she comes back. She's known as Destiny. I don't know how she comes back. But it's the supposed death of her. And the first appearance of Ichthon, who's just a minor character. He in the Atlantis Attacks storyline, he plays a role in it, but I don't think it's a very major one. So, you know, you should always be on the lookout if you're really looking to score some good minutes. You never know where someone's going to sell them. So I found this little shop called Passing Time Collectibles. And I go in there, and they have comic books. Now, they only had one, maybe two small boxes. And they had a few hanging up. And they had some stuff that I couldn't afford. Iron Man #1. And then they had some books that, like, they had Submariner #1. And I want that book. And they had it for $28. But, I mean, it was a 0.5 or a 1. And, I want that book. I don't want that book in that condition. But they had this Marvel premiere featuring Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange has a movie coming out. Who knows what it's going to lead to. This has the first appearance of a character called the Living Buddha, who I don't think ever had another appearance. For $3, I was happy to have it. Like the cover too. I don't know why, but I just like the cover. I don't collect a lot of the Marvel premiere. I want the Iron Fist run. But, Doctor Strange is pretty hot right now, so. But the real find there was this book. Captain Marvel, #2. There's no first appearance here. He had it graded as a very good to find, and I agree. I mean, there's a little dent down here in the corner, and the spine's not bad. The biggest problem with this whole thing, even the little writing right there, 3/5, not a big deal to me. But the staple's rusted badly. This cover, though, is immaculate. I've never seen a cover. I mean, it just, to me, looks beautiful. I'm going to adjust a little bit because there's a little glare coming off of these things. There we go. I fell in love with the cover. The colors, I think, are beautiful. Again, not a Captain Marvel fan. Don't need to be. It's from 1968. He only charged me $10. I know it says $15. He dropped it to $10 for me. I'm just happy as could be. And the last of my load here all comes from the great Yancy Street Comics. I showed you the Death of Wolverine #1. I actually paid more for the Death of Wolverine #4 than I did for #1, but I love the cover. Absolutely love the cover. $5. I wasn't going to pass it up. I now need 2 and 3. Inhuman #1, $5. You might even be able to find this in a dollar bin. This is an important comic to get. I've been talking about Inhumans. And understand, if you don't watch Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., there was this last season a big character named Lash, and he's dead now, but he was a big character. There's another character named Inferno. This is the first appearance of Lash and the first appearance of Inferno. I highly recommend, if you come across this book, to pick it up. $1, $5 cover price, whatever you end up paying for it, somewhere in there, it's worth it. Throw it in your bin. Let it go up in value. This was an important book to the storyline, and there's some really important characters. First appearance in here hasn't caught on yet, but believe me when I say it's going to. Amazing Adventures, number 6. Neat thing about this, this is a great condition for its age. It's a Neil Adams cover, guys. Now, probably not his most famous work, definitely not his best work, but it's still a cover by the great Neil Adams. It's also the second appearance of a character named the Astrologer, who kind of plays an important role with the Inhumans, I guess. You see his name come up a lot. But, again, for $10, I'm not going to pass up on that book. Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, number 5. It's the first appearance of Black Mariah. The last appearance of Black Mariah. She's just a minor character, but it's Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, number 5. It's in excellent condition. Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, number 3. Again, it's number 3, so it's a great great book to throw in the collection. I'd like to get probably the first 10 of this series. I don't want to collect the whole series, but I'd like to get the first 10. So, and the price was right. Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, number 2. Now this is in my opinion, it's a major key. Not only is it the second appearance of Luke Cage, but it's the first appearance of Claire Temple and the first appearance of D.W. Griffith. And though I'm not exactly sure who D.W. Griffith is, and looking his history up, he was a prominent character in a lot of the early Luke Cage stuff, all the way up to Power Man and Iron Fist. So he played a role through the years in Luke Cage. I don't know what ever happened to the character or what's important about the character, but Claire Temple is a major character. That's the nurse who is played by Rosario Dawson on the Daredevil show and on the Jenny Jones show. I can only imagine she'll end up being on the Luke Cage show too. But she's the nurse who helps them all out when they're injured and doesn't tell anyone who they are. So, and I want to say this is the death of Diamondback. But I paid $75 for all 3 books. Some may say that's a little high, but this copy's in great condition, and I really felt like I paid, $50 for that and $12.50 for each of the other ones. And I was willing to pay it. And remember, guys, comics are only worth what you're willing to pay. The X-Men, number 119. Nothing major in this book, but it's just one I needed for my collection. It's great Dave Cockrum cover. Just beautiful book. Uncanny X-Men, or the X-Men number 96. Now, let me just say something real quick. You're going to see prices. You'll see 70 there, 90 there. Understand I did not pay those prices for these books, but I almost would have. This book is in ridiculously good shape. It has one little crease down here. It is in a very fine to near mint book. There's not a single spine tag coming off the spine. The back's beautiful. The inside's white. I love the shape, color of this book. And to me, this is a major key in the X-Men universe. This is the first appearance of Mariah McTaggart. And, I mean, she is a major player in the X-Men universe for many, many, many years. She's been a part of countless storylines. If you know who the X-Men are, you know who Mariah McTaggart is. I'm just so very happy to have this book. And you just can't say enough. And then this is the last book of the haul. The X-Men 121. The first full appearance of Alpha Flight. This book is stupid expensive. Rare do I see it under $100 in this condition. And guys, this is an 8.5 to a 9.4. There's no doubt in my mind. Rare do you see this book in this condition for under $100. Now, for all three of these books, I want to say I paid $140. I think that's right. I don't honestly remember the exact price, but I think that's right. But I've got everything from 118 up to 350 in X-Men. I'm going down from 118. Obviously, I'm looking for 117 next. I'm going down to giant size number 1. I still need giant size number 1. I still need issue 94, and I still need issue number 101. But every other major key in that run, I think I've pretty much got. So, keep looking for your books. Best of luck. Don't give up looking just because you have a few strikeouts. You got to keep trying, There's some great deals out there. If you're in the Tampa Bay area, again, I don't work for the guy. He just gives me good deals. And of all the stores I've been in, he's the cleanest store. He's the most organized, and he pretty much knows what he has. And he has a lot. So I recommend Yancy Street, or if you're further into Tampa, Yancy Street South. Till then, guys, happy hunting.